Have you ever questioned the existence of the elusive creature known as Bigfoot? The formidable Bigfoot, shrouded in mystery, has been a significant part of folklore and myth for centuries. It's a creature that has sparked curiosity and debate around the globe, with its existence remaining a hot topic of discussion among enthusiasts and skeptics alike. This legendary beast's tale is more than just footprints and blurry photographs. Join us as we delve into the chronicles of Bigfoot sightings and stories. To understand Bigfoot, we first need to explore its origins. The word Bigfoot might bring to mind the image of a large, hairy creature traipsing through the American wilderness, but the roots of this myth stretch back much further into the rich tapestry of Native American folklore. Here, tales were told of a towering ape-like figure known by a variety of names, from Sasquatch in the Halkomelem language of the Salish people to Omar among the Karuk tribe. These early stories often portrayed Bigfoot as a guardian of the earth, a symbol of the untamed wild, and a warning to those who would disrupt the natural order. Yet it wasn't until European settlers arrived on American shores that the legend of Bigfoot, as we know it, began to take shape. Drawn in by the allure of untouched wilderness, these early settlers brought with them tales of wild men and woodland beasts from their own folklore, which soon intertwined with the Native American stories, giving birth to a new legend. The first recorded sighting of Bigfoot is said to have occurred in the early 19th century. An explorer by the name of David Thompson noted in his journal an encounter with large human-like footprints in the snow. From that point, sightings gradually increased, with the term Bigfoot itself coined in the late 1950s, following a surge of sightings in Northern California. As the legend grew, so too did its influence on popular culture. Bigfoot loomed large in pulp novels and tabloids, and eventually found its way into film and television. From the grainy footage of the Patterson-Gimlin film to the countless Bigfoot hunting reality shows, the creature has captivated audiences worldwide. With these tales woven into our cultural fabric, Bigfoot transformed from a mere myth into a phenomenon. As time marched on, so did the sightings of Bigfoot. In the heart of the 50s, Bigfoot stepped into the limelight. A construction worker in California discovered giant footprints, sparking a media frenzy. This was the first time the creature, previously whispered about in hushed tones, was given a name: Bigfoot. As we moved into the 60s, Bigfoot sightings began to ripple across the United States. The most striking of these occurred in 1967, when two men in Northern California captured what they claimed was footage of a female Bigfoot. Known as the Patterson-Gimlin film, this grainy, minute-long clip has been the subject of countless debates and examinations. The 70s saw a surge in Bigfoot sightings, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. In 1976, a family in Washington reported a close encounter with a creature matching Bigfoot's description. Despite their fear, they managed to snap a photo which, to this day, remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence. Then came the 80s and 90s, when Bigfoot sightings seemed to become a part of American folklore. Despite the skepticism, people continued to come forward with their stories. From hikers in Oregon who found unusual footprints to a motorist in Florida who claimed to have nearly hit Bigfoot with his car. In the new millennium, the sightings didn't slow down. With the advent of the internet, people from all corners of the globe began sharing their encounters. From a Canadian hunter who recorded strange howls in the wilderness, to a group of teenagers in Russia who claimed to have stumbled upon a sleeping Bigfoot. As we venture further into the 21st century, the sightings continue, each one unique, yet strikingly similar in their descriptions of this elusive creature. Each sighting, each story added another layer to the enigma that is Bigfoot. Encounters with Bigfoot are stories that have intrigued and terrified many. They are tales that echo through the ages, whispered around campfires and shared in hushed tones. They are the stuff of legend, of myth, and of the inexplicable. Imagine, if you will, a peaceful day hiking through the dense woods of the Pacific Northwest. The air is crisp, the leaves crunch beneath your feet, and then, out of the blue, a shadowy figure of immense size and stature emerges from the tree line. An encounter with Bigfoot is not something easily forgotten. In 1967, Bob Gimlin and Roger Patterson had one such unforgettable experience. They claimed to have filmed Bigfoot in the wilds of Northern California, an encounter that would later become one of the most famous pieces of evidence supporting the existence of this elusive creature. Another riveting account comes from a former police officer who, during a night patrol in the winter of 1980, experienced an eerie encounter with a creature he could only describe as Bigfoot. The sight of the creature, its eyes reflecting the patrol car's headlights, left a mark on him. A mark that remains indelible even today. For some, these encounters are terrifying, a confrontation with the unknown that shakes them to their core. For others, they are a window into a world we do not fully understand, a world where creatures of myth and legend might just be real. Then there are those who recount their encounters with a sense of awe and reverence, like the woman who claimed to have shared an apple with a Bigfoot in the woods of British Columbia. For her, the encounter was not one of fear but of connection, a moment that bridged the gap between human and the unknown. These encounters have left a lasting impact not just on those who experienced them, but also on our collective consciousness. They are stories that continue to captivate us, to provoke our curiosity, and to remind us that there are still mysteries in this world waiting to be unraveled. In the face of these stories and sightings, what does science have to say? Science, the ever-curious, ever-questioning field, has had its own take on the Bigfoot phenomenon. While it's easy to get swept up in the tales and sightings, the scientific community calls for a more grounded approach. This involves a demand for physical evidence and a healthy dose of skepticism. The lack of concrete physical evidence is a major stumbling block in the scientific acceptance of Bigfoot. Despite countless claimed sightings, no one has managed to present an indisputable piece of Bigfoot. No bones, no teeth, not even a tuft of hair. This absence of evidence leads many scientists to question the existence of this elusive creature. However, this hasn't stopped some from trying to find it. DNA tests have been conducted on supposed Bigfoot samples, from hair to droppings. Yet each test has only revealed the DNA of common animals such as bears and wolves. No new, unknown primate species has ever been discovered through these analyses. The science of footprints, also known as ichnology, has been employed in the quest for Bigfoot. Numerous footprint casts have been studied, many showcasing distinctive features like a lack of arch or an unusual number of toes. But the potential for hoaxes is high, and many of these footprints have been dismissed as cleverly crafted fakes. And speaking of hoaxes, they play a sizable role in these Bigfoot narrative. Many confessed hoaxers have come forward over the years, admitting to creating fake footprints, staging blurry photos, or even donning costumes to fool unsuspecting witnesses. These hoaxes, unfortunately, cast a long shadow of doubt over genuine sightings and reports. But despite this scientific skepticism, the allure of Bigfoot persists. The idea of an undiscovered creature roaming the wilderness keeps the legend alive. It sparks our curiosity, fuels our imagination, and reminds us that there are still mysteries in our world waiting to be unraveled, and who knows? Maybe one day science will have a different story to tell. Despite scientific skepticism, the allure of Bigfoot persists. Bigfoot may be elusive, but its impact on our culture is undeniable. As we delve into the Bigfoot phenomenon, we find a creature that has not only permeated the woods and wilderness, but also our television screens, bookshelves, and even our festivals. Bigfoot's rise to fame began with shaky camera footage and eyewitness accounts, but it didn't stop there. From the silver screen to the small screen, this mythical beast has been a recurring character in films and TV shows. From the heart-pounding horror genre to the lighter comedy sector, Bigfoot's role is as diverse as our imagination allows. Our fascination doesn't end with passive viewing. Bigfoot has also inspired a wealth of literature, from captivating novels and gripping biographies of alleged Bigfoot hunters to scholarly articles examining the myth from a scientific or sociological perspective. This creature of legend has truly captured the literary world, and let's not forget the festivals. Yes, you heard it right. Bigfoot festivals are a thing. They are celebrated across the globe, often with enthusiastic attendees donning hairy costumes, sharing tales of sightings, and even conducting mock Bigfoot hunts. The commercialization of Bigfoot is an interesting aspect of this phenomenon. From Bigfoot-themed merchandise to guided tours in alleged Bigfoot hotspots, the myth has been successfully marketed, turning curiosity into commerce. Bigfoot, real or not, has left an indelible footprint on our society. So, where does this leave us in our quest for Bigfoot? We've traversed the origins of this elusive creature, sifted through centuries of sightings, and scrutinized close encounters. We've delved into the science, or lack thereof, behind Bigfoot, while also examining its indelible imprint on our culture. Yet the question of Bigfoot's existence remains, somewhat fittingly, as elusive as the creature itself. In the end, the existence of Bigfoot may be less about physical evidence and more about our innate desire to believe in the unknown.